5 seconds. I am very grateful to the authorities of the university for kindly inviting me to this happy function. I deem this a privilege and a pleasure to be with you all. It is a wise decision on the part of the state government to establish a university in this place, which is the second largest city in the state. I would appreciate the people and the government of the state on the great and useful work that they are doing to improve education in all branches. The extent of voluntary enterprise, the generous contributions made by the local people for educational purposes, and the large number of competent and willing teachers, you have clearly indicated your faith in improving the standards of education. You have given a lead to the country in several fields. I know you were the first to promote library movement. You were the first to develop a very big program of midday meals in schools and providing free books to deserving children in elementary schools. You also took the lead in making education free up to secondary stage. I am also glad to note that science education has taken deep roots in your state. I very much wish that the other states in the country would adopt similar policies in regard to the development of education in their states. Universities in India are facing great challenges. They have the difficult task of shaking of the old traditions, which give no doubt improvement to certain aspects of education. They have to participate actively in programs of national development. It is their responsibility to develop the languages of the people. It is therefore my duty to take interest in schools and to undertake concrete programs to improve school education itself. You have, in addition, to safeguard against the frequent strikes in the schools and their grave consequences. Student unrest, for whatever reason or cause, will certainly paralyze the smooth functioning of the educational system, and therefore it is necessary that everyone concerned in the proper development of education should carefully consider its disastrous consequences and take such steps which will create a change of heart at all levels, and which will result in the smooth functioning of university life. I am sure everyone is fully aware of the difficult days that the universities have to face. Their difficulties are becoming more and more acute nowadays because of the steep increase in the required resources. In my view, the central theme of education is to enable the people of the state to face these challenges boldly and squarely in order to enable the universities to meet these challenges, I appeal to the state and central governments to provide resources on a liberal scale. I also appeal to the politicians to take a long range view of the problem and not rest content with dealing the problems of the immediate present. It is their foremost duty to help the system of higher education to function smoothly and effectively. In conclusion, I would appeal to the teachers and students that it is their primary responsibility to improve higher education by creating a climate of discipline, dedication, and hard work. The teachers must give the lead in this task because the quality of education and its contribution to national development are entrusted to their charge. In on their part, the students also should realize that it is their duty to set an example of a responsible and civilized life. These problems could be solved only through peaceful and constitutional methods. By adopting such methods, they should create an atmosphere conducive to national development. I am sure you will really find it possible to contribute your best in this national endeavor. Dear students, I am glad to note that you have all passed your inter examination and decided to take up higher grade in the coming session. That means you are to become proficient in the art of shorthand writing. By proficiency, I did not mean gaining a first class pass in the higher grade examination. I am thinking of speeds of about 140 words a minute upwards. How far upwards you gain will depend greatly upon your patience and tenacity and upon your active desire to climb. I would like you to remember one thing. Suppose you experience some difficulty sometimes in reaching 100% accuracy at 80 words a minute. It is natural that when we are seeking to acquire some art or skill that we all experience a little difficulty and that with practice present difficulties will resolve themselves and we shall look back in wonder upon our past struggles. To become a proficient writer, you should have an excellent intention, but intentions are not enough. It helps you to make an effort. I would further say that only mere effort is not enough. It is also necessary that you should not have any physical deformity. I feel your training must be designed to stimulate mental alertness and to develop manual dexterity. It must all bear on the proper coordination of these two faculties. The fastest mind is of little use to the writer if a heavy handed, ham fisted method of shorthand writing is adopted. Proper coordination between hand and mind is absolutely necessary. I shall deal with the other points in my next class. Yours sincerely.